Hello again, Reggie Time back with the second recording from my Saturday night 3-tabling session of 13 hours Zoom. The last video was the last session, so if you want to watch that one first, please go back and watch it. Don't forget to hit like, don't forget to share if you like them, if you're part of any poker communities. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and get involved in the comments. Try to make the channel as interactive as possible. It wouldn't be the most interactive channel on earth, but if I do get messages from viewers, unless they're just like really insulting or trolling, then I do respond. So please do get involved in any way you want to. Next 6 suited. We're pretty weak defend, but I think we probably can defend that versus a min raise and a call with two people with the fish icon. Clearly the 4-4-4 flop's not going to get my engine running though. Probably going to play for another 40 minutes. That'll take me through to 1:30 AM, and then after that I'll just decide whether to continue playing and make a third video or not. Chances are I'll probably just quit, unless the games are like ridiculously good still. Calling with the Queen Jack here because of the fish in the big blind, and it's versus a min raise timed out with the ace deuce, which is a bit of a fucker, but never mind. I was thinking about it, then something else happened and I lost focus. Check call this turn, decide on the river. That size is pretty meaty. 3-bet the ace king and just get it in. What's that, like 22 and a bit blinds, is it? 23. That'll do. This 27's not that much of a fighter, so if he 5-bet me there, I'd be puking in my mouth. And clearly I wouldn't be 4-bet folding ace king, but I'd be far from in love with the situation. Far from in love. Quite happy when he just folds. Not a super wet flop, but there are some draws out there, so we'll go for the big c-bet. And take it down, which is a fine result. I never mind when people fold, never. Unless I've got the absolutely mortal nuts, then I mind. But otherwise, if I have one pair and I bet and someone folds, I'm like, that'll do. Happy enough with that. Oops, misclick. We just keep finding all these players. It gives it really good tonight. Some of these guys won't be like full on fish. I mean, there's so many that I tag them as fish and I go and find them and they're playing like 17-8 or something. So yeah, they're not good players by any stretch. But they're not actual, like, legitimate fish. But you get the fish tag because if you don't auto reload your stack, then you're making an absolute fundamental error. So if you're making such a big fundamental error, the chances are you're going to be making tons more. So therefore you can just get the fish tag and whatever. We just crack on. Get my 3-bet in the ace king here. More than happy just to take it down pre-flop. We don't mind if we get action, but we're just as happy to take it down pre. We get 4-bet here, I think it puts us in a really grim spot. When it goes 3-bet, cold call, and the 4-bet comes in, I think we can strongly consider folding to that, but it didn't happen, but we completely missed the flop anyway, so unless it checks through and we hit a king or an ace, it's going to be the end of that adventure. I'm going to bet the 10 here just to like protect against any diamond just falling off. King 9, we're just going to bet to try and collect dead money. If we get called, then we're going to proceed with extreme caution. If we get raised, we're just going to fold. It's kind of odd you're going to get raised on quite a lot, unfortunately, because fish just overvalue top pairs and just play draws fast and stuff, or lots of them do. But we need to bet there. There's some backdoor stuff if we get called. If we get raised, we have a trivial fold, so we don't really have showdown value. Ace Jack, do I want to 3-bet this and cry when we get jammed on? Do I want to just call? Just call and maybe let the blinds come in and play some post flop. Stop clicking the wrong button, Reggie. Double gut shot with the ace 10 suited, but I'll check it back. Again, it's a sort of board that we will get check raised on a decent amount, I believe. It sucks when we do, when we've got like reasonable equity. Problem is now is we can't really call this pot size bet because the turn's fucking rubbish. I bet here with the ace jack, just try and collect any dead money that's out there. When he doesn't see but this board, it's very unlikely he has an overpair. And we're going to check back this turn though, try and realise all our equity, and if he checks the river on bricks, we probably just like overbet shove on him. He doesn't do that, so we just fold. Tasty little 3-bet from our friend 27 here. This will be the second time we've 4-bet him. Can't remember if it's the end of the last video or start of this video. I think it's been on this video. We're out of position. He's made it slightly bigger, so we're going to make it slightly bigger. It's a pretty big 4-bet by us, but I think it's fine. Call here with fish in the pot with a suited ace. Come on, 27, don't fold. Call, jam. Ah, bollocks. Right, so we've been basing a C-bet with top pair on this wet board. It's a big C-bet. I'm just going to let it go. What have we got going on here? We've got min donk and then a raise. We have second pair. I'm going to call once and see what happens. We hit a nice turn. See much value in raising this turn. Don't think we get too much action from worse hands. Do not like the diamond. Would not like to see a large bet coming in here. Checks. He's going to be putting us on like flushes quite a lot here, I would guess, given that we just called the flop, just called the turn. He's going to be scared of us having a flush. Don't think he has too many flushes. I think he just like continues betting the river with a flush. So I think we need to bet. But I'm going to try and get paid. And just bet small. If he raises, going to be a little bit irritated with the situation. Jack Queen. Of course, seems ambitious. Bet fold this turn with the 10s. That's a fucking grotesque river. Awful lot of money in this pot, and we're going to have to check fold because I think if he has like pocket 7s, pocket 9s, he's just going to check back here. He's only going to bet here with flushes and full houses, I would guess. And our measly pair of 10s doesn't beat either of those things. It's really quite annoying, but calling here would just be, in my opinion, pretty fucking spewy. I fucking despise being out of position. Utterly despise. That spot's way easier in position. Way, way, way easier. Out of position, you're checking it, right? Well, I've just induced a bluff, but then again, what bluffs can he have given the spades get there, etc., etc. And it just sucks. Even though the guy's a fish, it just sucks to be out of position to him. Yeah, super, well, yeah, not super deep, but deep enough with Clarel here. I mean, clearly have to call 4-bet and get it in. But I just think he's going to fold a lot. Yeah, unfortunately. Mr. Player to tag as a fish there. We just do nothing but tag fish. Nothing but tag short stackers. Oh, not short stackers, but you know, people with short stacks. They're everywhere, I tell you. They're everywhere. If you do see yourself with a fish tag in the video, please don't be mega offended. But please do get in touch to get some help with the game, because with all due respect, if you're tagged as a fish, there's a pretty good chance you're going to be needing some help with your game. So yeah, don't be shy, get in touch. That's a big, big, big bet. I'm going to hope to win on the river. I don't really know what we're going to get, what we're going to beat here. But we clearly have enough showdown value that we don't need to bluff. Pocket 8s. Absolutely no idea why he thought potting the turn was a good idea. Had he followed up and potted the river, he would have won it pot. I was made aware of some juvenile little group chat the other day. Some guys who clearly don't like me, don't rate me, they added me to some Facebook group chat that I didn't want to be invited to, and I just managed to see just a little bit of it, and they were like, to be fair, and I don't mean to be like, well, I do mean to be insulting, but whatever. Please don't like think I'm some hateful sort of guy. But I like checked them out on Facebook, and they were like proper little fucking like nerdy, skinny, nerdy, weaselly, your absolute full on like. If you had to like draw a young poker nerd, these guys would be it, you know. Just by looking at them, and I'm no wall painting, so I'm not trying to pretend that I'm some sort of like chiseled jawed, svelte, good looking guy, but. I'm like, yeah, fucking little weirdos. And they added me to this group chat, so I didn't see it at first. I just saw it when I was checking something else. I checked through the messages, and they were just like being proper little, like strange little geeks. So lost my train of thought now. Yeah. So, but obviously that. Oh shit, I meant to bet there. Obviously these guys have like watched my videos. So if you guys are actually watching now, the guys who added me to the group chat, then sorry for banning you from my Facebook group, but you were just clearly out to troll, so you had to fuck off from there. And yeah, please leave a message in the chat so we can take the piss out of each other a little bit in the YouTube channel, which I'd much rather do than do it in the Facebook group, where I like to keep the Facebook group very well moderated. The chat in this channel, you know, if you want to do a bit of trolling and abuse, let's go for it. Let's have some fun. I fired the first shot by questioning your manliness. Please feel free to fire shots back. Raising the kings here, don't particularly want to get 3-bet, to be completely honest, but we don't just want to call whatever that is, 30% pot on a board that's got plenty draws on it. I've been pretty big 3-bet here. Ace-10 suited, very easy fold versus a 3-bet to 10 bigs. I don't understand why people just go back to like the thing. Why do like this? I think it's more young people, and if I offend you by saying that, and fuck it, I offend you. I don't really care. Young people, well, in poker especially, lots of them are cunts, aren't they? You know, I'm pleased these days that most of the people that I associate with in like my poker circle, they're not young, they're not knobheads, they understand life, they understand that not everyone's fucking perfect, and they don't feel a constant need to fucking like dick wave and prove themselves. They're willing to like open their mind a little bit, and yeah, if you are young and you're in poker and you are a bit of a twat, I almost guarantee you now, in 5 to 10 years time, you'll look back on yourself and think, by fuck, I was a twat. No wonder I struggled getting a girlfriend. And you look back and say, you know what, maybe Reggie was right. Maybe youth is wasted on the young. Because they're just not very respectful. Now, I know I haven't been very respectful in my response to them now, and I am kind of clearly just trolling a little bit. But yeah, young people. And I've got 3 kids aged 16 to 19. So I know that there are young people out there that aren't cunts, because none of my kids are. They're all really good, well-mannered, polite, respectful, non-nerdy kids. So, and none of them actually have any interest in poker, which maybe it's just like a games playing kids, like kids that are like into strategy games and what have you. Maybe they're the ones that used to get bullied at school, and that they feel like the internet's a safe space for them to like lash back out at the world. Who knows? Yeah, most of the young people who interact with me tend to be knobheads. Oh, that was a bitter old rant from a bitter old man, wasn't it? Never mind. I'm sure there'll be lots of 30 and 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds that are just nodding in agreement, thinking, yep, Reggie's nailed it. That's the isolation, which is that small. I tend not to believe them, to be frank. To have a c-bet and a call. And just let my one pair go. A pretty good flop, but we're super deep and we don't really want this pot getting huge. Clearly have to call the turn, top pair and a gut shot, and there's a good chance we have the best hand. If we don't, then we have to draw at least, so definitely a call. And then it's about, do we call the river? We block plenty of things here. Let's have a think about this. That should have been a c-bet with the jack 10 fucked up there. We block straights. We block jack 9. Guess you could have some flushes. Or some flush draws that have missed, although having the jack of hearts doesn't help us in that respect. One of those spots where I'm thinking to myself, respect aggression. But at the same time, I'm thinking, well, oh, bollocks. There you go, see guys. We break our own rule and we get punished for it, basically. And that annoys me way more than any bad beat does. Another rule, we don't pay off largish river bets. We don't do it. We just don't pay them off and we sail through our sessions. Maybe folding slightly, tight on the tight side, but we sail through them and we don't get annoyed. But instead, we make a call and we just lose a $26 pot and get annoyed with ourselves. And I'm pretty not mega annoyed. Won't be the worst call I make all week, but annoyed enough. It didn't feel good, and when things don't feel good, I should just learn to click fucking fold more often. Really should. Really should learn to click the fold button when things don't feel right. Tons of fish around. King 9 suited on the button. Could squeeze. For sure. I think folding would be too tight, given that there's 3 fish in the pot. But whether we should 3-bet or not, I'm not sure. Given these guys aren't tagged, we'll go with the 3-bet rather than the just call. Get dunked into, we just have a good shot, but it's a pretty big dunk bet. Not a great flop for us with the ace deuce. Kind of just have in double poke parlance, we have a category 4 hand here, so we're just going to check back for now. We might decide to bluff with it at a later point, but for now it's just to give up. And once he bets, it stays very much in category 4 and gets folded. Again here, in double poke parlance, again this is pure category 4, but might turn into a category 3 if an opponent continues to check. This would normally be a 3-bet, but its stack size makes me kind of not want to. Still irritated by that Queen Jack. I think pre-flop was very borderline. And just a call turn, call river, just shit. Just fucking not happy with that hand at all. It's just whenever we have to call the turn, but river. Yeah, it's only 20 odd big blinds, I get it. It's not a massive deal in the large scale of things. It's just fucking irritating. If my win rate's 8 big blinds 100, I just now got to play 250 hands for nothing effectively because I didn't have the discipline to fold. Irritating. We've made a hand for a while, have we? We've not been good at making hands for a little while now. Say that as we flop top set. You get like tiny donked into. So we'll make a tiny raise. Jack 9 just got there. Not too worried about that at the moment. And a regular in the blind and a potential cards for food being irregular. We're going to elect to 3-bet the King 10 suited. We don't particularly want to get squeezed. We'll flop a good shot. And we're going to c-bet. And we're going to take it down. And we're going to be happy about it. Be about you. Do we have anything on this guy? I think I've seen his name quite a lot. Be about you. 35/13 with a small 3-bet. I can certainly fold versus that. And then piano's making me nervous that he hasn't snap folded. He calls, we completely miss, and in multi-way pot, it's just a side give up situation. Not the kind of board I want to be c-betting on in a 3-bet pot at all. And sadly we just have to give up. And our failure to make hands seems to be continuing after our top set bonanza. And ace queen could be the best hand here, but getting it to showdown on that board texture against a relatively good opponent isn't going to be easy. Cards for food, he's showing up a lot. Is he irregular? I'm going to guess he is. 25.90, yeah. Oh, he's the guy we checked out earlier, isn't he? He can certainly get the regular tag, can't he, when next time he pops up. Shit flop for jacks. There he is there, isn't he? Not getting the shark tag yet, he's just getting the regular tag. I suspect there's a good chance he might end up with the shark tag, but he's not getting it just yet. He leads into 2 players. I'm just going to let the jacks go and make a tight fold. Heads up, I would probably peel and see a river. Of course, pocket 8's can't outrun the 5 king. Why would it? Not folding versus this sizing with the backdoor flush draw on the 2 overs. Checks again, we're just going to overbet. Don't think he has a 7 this way. Or if he does have like 2x or whatever, then try and get him to fold it. Yeah, he's probably going to fold when he uses his c-bet size, but going to raise anyway. Calls. Hope that's a really good card for us, the 7. Wow. You have to call. Again, it's one of those situations where we don't like it. But what are we going to do? And there's been a triple barrel on a dry board. We can just fold that hand, I think, and not worry too much about it. I'm going to fold and watch that just to get rid of that irritating badge that was in the middle of the hand. Not badge, whatever, message, whatever it was. Not a particularly good board for the king queen. Out in position, I'm going to check it back. In position, sorry, in position we would probably make a small stab at this of around 240, but out of position we're just going to check. I'm not going to get any pocket pairs to fold there. Yeah, we can probably get ace high to fold, but you're going to have an awful lot of suited connectors and what have you in this range that just doesn't want to fold. I think we're just setting money on fire by c-betting that flop. Not folding versus cards for food on this board texture. Actually going to check back here and try and induce some bluffs on the river. At this point, I think he's just got a big fat air ball when he like check raises then checks. So I really see the point in like betting versus what I think is going to be air a lot of the time. And now I'm going to bet. Tempted to overbet. Not sure what he can call with though. He's good enough. I mean, I just don't think he's check raising like 9x here or anything like that. So I'm going to bet really small and just give him a chance to spew his ring up somehow. I think the overbet is too good. I think he might be too good to like just like call with anything because he's not check raising like 9x there and stuff. So I'm not sure what he can call an overbet with. It might be a better spot to overbet if we didn't have trips or something. Maybe, I don't know. It's been quite a long session this, and we haven't exactly hit many home runs, which is unfortunate because on Saturday night it's all about the home runs. And we've had the good games in play. You know, we've had plenty of like hands against fishy players. We just haven't managed to hit too many homers. Never mind though. Back when I said too many homers, I don't think we've actually hit one full stop. We had a few marginal pots that we've, like medium-sized pots. We've won a few that we've lost, which is slightly up, I think, for the session, but not by a great deal. And it's not been the sessions that legends are made of. Let's put it that way. A good shot. How often do I think people are stabbing in this spot? That is a big 4-bet. It's a big old 4-bet. A fold here. It's a big donk bet too. I was hoping some of the fish would have come along here. I'm going to raise this donk bet on this board texture. I think he can, like, just whatever, who knows what, but it's dry, so not tons of draws he can have. So I think a lot of times it's going to be like just trying to donk with a jack, see where he's at, etc. And when he calls, I'm going to put him firmly on a king, and I'm going to just give up. Maybe we'll overbet the river if he checks to us again. I think he's going to have a king a lot of the time here. It's going to piss me off if he has a jack, because I think we can get him off a jack with a bet. But I think most of the time he's just going to have like a king 10. Who knows what. We block king queen a little bit, don't we? We might even beat queen 10 here, we never know. 10 9, queen 10, jack 10. It's a shame that he has the jack. But we're going to put the like donks big and calls raise the second pair. Donk, big, call, raise. Because we're just going to blast the fuck out of him in future when he takes his donk line. All in all, given how many fish has been around, it's been a pretty dull 2-video session. I mean, we'll put them out there because I've made the effort of making them both now. So I'm not just going to throw away nearly 2 hours worth of content, but they won't be the most interesting videos anyone's going to watch all week, that's for sure. I think the fact we just missed in tons of 3-bet pots hasn't helped. We had lots of ace kings, ace queens, ace jacks that just haven't worked out. Again, I'm a little bit worried about being check raised here with the queen 10. This is on the thin side. I'm going to bet this turn and probably check back the river. And we get called twice by pocket sixes, which is interesting. Also feels like I've been a little bit too cally and not 3-betting enough. Feels like I've not been 3-betting enough this session either in spots where I usually would. See what Uncle Buck thinks is worth calling with. It's king. Been flopped pretty rough and lost. Such is life. You have to be calling with end up nothing on the turn there. I'm worried that we're going to lose pocket 4s or something, but whatever. We don't. We beat pocket 6s. So we beat 7-6 off. People stop just cold calling 3-bets. I find it intensely annoying, especially when I just totally break and then we go multi-way and there's jack shit we can do on this board. I really want to see what get us sorted on. I want all these cards for food, just cold calling 3-bets with. Hopefully we get to find out. And just checks back the turn. Did the turn check back? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it did. He's obviously just stabbing pretty wide. I'm guessing he just had who knows what. Well, I'm guessing I had no fucking clue what he had, but it obviously wasn't something good. You're gonna get on with it. Come on, Mary. We haven't got all night. Better be worth it after this fucking wait. We better see a 10, a queen, and an ace. We better see him in that order. And we're going to end the video on a high or a low. We hope it didn't have those deuces or those eights. Here's the ace king. And we end the video on a high, which will take 47 minutes. Seems long enough. Not folding 2 overcards in the back door to a 2 big blind donk bet. We will fold to the turn barrel though. So we ended on a high. We made a little bit of money over an hour and a bit, not much. We'll check in a minute, see what holder manager says for the active session. Feels like we made some money. I was playing slightly before the session started though, so maybe, I don't know. We'll soon see in a moment. And there we are, sat out of them all. Let's hold a manager say active session $13.02. Never really got going, did we? Red line's fucking not great. Oh, the AV's fine, whatever. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, I played a little bit before the session started. 7 big blinds 100 in the most dullest way possible. Thanks for watching everyone, and we'll be back again soon with another video. Bye bye for now.